I just had a call with Manchester Hospital and they're refusing to treat our 3-month-old daughter unless we let them give her a COVID nasal swab test. And I don't know what to do. I really don't want her to get the test. Me and her mum both don't. Babies have died from having this test. We've seen so many videos. It is, or can be, very traumatic. They even do this COVID swab test, you know, the one that goes all the way back to here, a huge long swab on preemie babies, premature babies in the NICU. And if you have any ideas what we can do, please let me know. We have complained through the PALS service to the highest level. It's gone to a trust level. They said there's nothing they can do. It's standard policy. And then the icing on the cake was today, they just called us. So we were expecting them to come up with a solution. And now they say the policy has changed. Now she has to have 2 COVID swab tests. So her surgery is due to be on Tuesday. It's a minor surgery. It's not general anaesthetic or anything. It's a minor surgery. They said it will take 5 minutes. But now they're saying we have to isolate for the next 6 days. So we have to stay in our home for the next 6 days. And she has to get a COVID test on 6 days before her surgery, and then another COVID test 3 days before her surgery. So because we complained, I now think she has to have 2 of these tests. And if you've ever seen them do the COVID swab tests on children, it's really traumatic. The kids scream, they cry. Some kids get nosebleeds that don't stop for hours. Some kids are absolutely fine and they don't mind it. Same as when kids have vaxes, you know. So I know when I was a kid, I used to scream so loud when the doctor tried to inject me with anything. And other kids, they're absolutely fine. They don't seem to care. And it also depends on the nurse that you get, who does the procedure, because some of them are very gentle and some of them are very rough. And if you go watch the videos, I shared a video. You can go to on my YouTube channel. You can see. It's called Luke Scott Official. Go on the YouTube channel. It's called We Must Protect Our Children. Go and see what some of these tests are like. So I'm at a loss, really. We have consented that she needs the surgery, otherwise it will have complications for her in her life, and they need to do it before she's 3 months old. She's already over 3 months old now, because of the delays from complaining and escalating this. And so we agreed that we would let them do a test completely against our will. Like, we do not want this, but they said there's no other way, so we consented. And now they called us today to say it's 2 tests. One of my friends had a test done on his 1-year-old, and he said he would never do it again. It was so awful. We need to change this system. We need to do something about this. I am feeling like I could just dismantle this entire system that we've built. I cannot believe we're subjecting children and our most vulnerable people. So my dad's in a care home and he gets subjected to this test as well. You know, these people who can't say no, they can't do anything about it. They just are having these tests done, and the government now are launching this Operation Moonshot to do a test on every person every day. That's their plan by 2021. And you can see from the testing, it's going up every single day. They're doing more. They want to test every person in hospital and every person in care homes every single day. And they have plans to do that by next month. So imagine these most vulnerable kids just been born, right? And this COVID swab test, but also the false positive rate, right? The false positive rate is incredibly high. Dr. Michael Yeadon, who was the chief scientific officer of Pfizer, he says that up to 94% of these tests that are coming back as positive cases are false. Because the PCR tests are not designed to detect CV19. That's not what they're made for. You can see the creator, the inventor of the tests, he did a talk and he said it cannot be used to test for infectious diseases. It cannot tell you if you are contagious. And so why are we doing this? And it's not just one now. If she got one test, that is really bad. And the chances of her getting a false positive are still really high. And what happens when you get a false positive? Your whole family has to isolate. But now she's going to get 2 tests, so the chance of her getting a false positive are twice as high. But almost every test is a false positive. 94%. He said between 89 and 94% are false. That there's nothing anyone needs to worry about, that they're not contagious. Let me know if you have any ideas about what we can do. I'm a very spiritual person, so I know there's a gift in this. I know this is all happening for a reason. I think it's happening to help us change the system, right? It's only when we see it, we see a police officer killing someone, then people take action, right? And so now we're seeing my daughter have this cruel test done to her for no reason. She's a baby. Asymptomatic people are not contagious. The World Health Organization said that asymptomatic people are not contagious. There's absolutely no reason, if she has no symptoms, to worry that she could infect anyone with anything. And even if she had symptoms, then we would isolate. It's... I just wanted to share this with you. I don't know what you can do. I think it's absolutely disgusting, and it's not just my daughter, right? This is happening to thousands of kids all around the world, maybe millions every day, and soon will be billions every day if the government get their plans and the testing increases, which we need to stop. The UK government is spending £100 billion on this Operation Moonshot testing, building new testing centres. The total budget for the NHS in England is similar to that. It's just over 100 billion a year. I think what they could do with that money. How many people they could help. I'm going to go to the gym now. I need to find a way to work through these emotions. I don't want to hold them inside, but I also want to use them to create change. I just don't know how. I don't know how. If anybody has any ideas, please let me know. Thank you for watching, and don't let people take advantage of your family, of your kids, of your elderly people. Like I thought by escalating this, by complaining, they would find a solution, and instead they've now doubled the number of tests. If my daughter didn't need the surgery, I would refuse it. We looked at getting it done privately, but even in the private places, you still have to have the COVID swab test. I'm a very solution-orientated guy, and right now I don't have one. And it's not just about my daughter, it's about everybody's kids and everybody's elderly people in the care homes, in the hospitals. People die from this test. They get serious injuries. They even get paralysis, headaches, nosebleeds for weeks. If it's done incorrectly, it can cause some serious damage. And even when it's done correctly, it's totally unnecessary, totally worthless. The results of the PCR test, if you look, from what the inventor says, anything over 30 cycles of amplifications. Basically, they do it through these amplification cycles. Anything over 30 amplification cycles, and he said you can detect pretty much anything in anyone, and we're allowed to do up to 48 amplification cycles. So we're literally finding whatever you want to find, you can find it. That's why a papaya tested positive. That's why a goat tested positive. There's something seriously messed up going on here, and I need to find a way to use this fire. And if you feel this fire, if you feel its energy, let's channel this productively. We don't want to hate anyone. We don't want to send negative energy to anyone. We want to use this fire to create change, and that's what I think we're being called to. So I'm going to go work out now. I'm going to see and pray and ask for guidance of how we can help all these people. There's a lot of great stuff happening on our planet. There's a lot of great change. There's a lot of people who care. There's a lot of great doctors standing up now. Thousands and thousands of doctors standing up to the government, saying that they don't want these lockdown restrictions, saying that the tests don't work. We're changing it. It's just my daughter's surgery's in 6 days, and she'll have to have her first swab test tomorrow, or maybe the day after. Crazy times.